Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys announce surprise plans after elimination from playoff contention. The Cowboys made a major announcement during Sunday Night Football, as EVP Stephen Jones declared the team intends to compete for the rest of the year regardless of the organization's draft status. It's obviously a silly stance to have. Dallas has long ignored smart strategy in favor of excitement, dismissing actual intelligence in favor of fancy. No one has ever accused the Jones family of being smart, though these latest comments represent a new low. Until someone else runs the organization, it's obvious that the Cowboys will never truly compete for a Super Bowl. "We're totally focused on winning football games," Stephen Jones said. But why? Now that the Cowboys are eliminated from the playoffs, winning only hurts the long-term outlook. Jerry Jones is one of the worst decision-makers in professional sports, so it's likely this directive comes from him. Even still, there's no excuse for Dallas' actions in recent weeks. Winning games only matters if you can actually make the playoffs. The Cowboys can't, so any win just ruins draft position. Fans are justifiably upset. The folks in charge have no idea what they're doing, illustrated by these idiotic comments. Competing for a Lombardi trophy is the only thing that matters, but the Jones family has proven they're incapable of actually doing that. Any win just hurts the franchise. The Cowboys are geniuses at creating a media firestorm, yet they're completely inept when tasked with actually building a football team. Stephen Jones is the product of nepotism with no actual claim to success, and his quote suggests exactly that. At this point, fans need to make their voices heard. Dallas is a pathetic organization ran by laughable people. Why keep giving them your money? The Jones family doesn't care about winning, so it's time for Cowboys fans to declare war on a duo incapable of intelligent decisions. Cowboys news: win against the Bucs only meaningless on paper. The Cowboys, playing for pride, were the better team most of the night against an opponent in the playoff picture. If the Cowboys decide to extend McCarthy, it won't be a popular decision. The Cowboys fan base is reactionary and has wanted McCarthy out after every playoff disappointment. Retaining him because of a good finish after the Cowboys' playoff hopes were practically finished will get a lot of criticism, yet here we are, and we are going to see him return in 2025. The Cowboys have won 4 of the last 5 games, but tonight just looked and felt different than the last few games. This was probably the best game they have played on both sides of the ball at the same time this season. Although Cooper Rush did nearly throw an interception with about 4 minutes left when McCarthy should have been running the ball. If the Cowboys decide to extend McCarthy, it won't be a popular decision. The Cowboys fan base is reactionary and has wanted McCarthy out after every playoff disappointment. Retaining him because of a good finish after the Cowboys' playoff hopes were practically finished will get a lot of criticism, yet here we are, and we are going to see him return in 2025. The Cowboys have won 4 of the last 5 games, but tonight just looked and felt different than the last few games. This was probably the best game they have played on both sides of the ball at the same time this season. Although Cooper Rush did nearly throw an interception with about 4 minutes left when McCarthy should have been running the ball. Jerry Jones is loyal. The last head coach that was fired in season was Wade Phillips, and we knew that Jerry was not going to fire McCarthy in season, but I thought after they lost that game to the Eagles, this would be his last year. Yet, now after the last month, Jerry has seen enough fight from this team to keep him here for another year. The Cowboys may have more pieces in place that can help them improve in the future than expected. Jordan Lewis made a spectacular interception to prevent a touchdown in the 4th quarter of Sunday night's victory. Earlier this season, he openly questioned the practice habits of his teammates. Not now. The way the Cowboys have practiced and competed in recent weeks is the team he recognizes from past years. The last few weeks, "This is the football team I knew we could be," Lewis said. "We love this game. We love each other. We go out there and play for each other, play for Coach Mike. Micah Parsons talks about this team stepping up and showing out in the stretch. The goal is to finish strong and prove critics wrong. Everyone had us written off, Parsons said after picking up one of the Cowboys' 4 sacks in the win over Tampa Bay. Everyone had decided our future for us. We were like, hold on. We can be a damn good football team. We can win games. It's on us. These Cowboys are playing complementary football. Parsons doesn't know why it took so long, but he finds it encouraging. He's convinced a strong finish can carry over into next season. Former Super Bowl champions Deion Sanders, Cowboys message turns heads. The Dallas Cowboys haven't had the 2024 campaign they hoped for, but they have improved in recent weeks under head coach Mike McCarthy. While McCarthy has been on the hot seat for much of the year, former Super Bowl champion Keyshawn Johnson offered an interesting Deion Sanders take on his situation. With a 7-8 record, the Cowboys were eliminated from playoff contention in Week 16, even though they pulled off an upset victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Despite being without star quarterback Dak Prescott, Dallas has won 4 of their past 5 games, even though their playoff hopes have realistically been gone for a while now. McCarthy deserves his fair share of the blame for the Cowboys' disappointing season, but he's also managed to keep his guys playing hard, even though there's nothing on the line. That led Johnson to say that unless the team is bringing Sanders to town, they should not move on from McCarthy this offseason. You've got to be serious when you're thinking about this. If it's Deion Sanders, you and I are going to jump up and down on the table. If you're not getting prime, who else are you getting? Johnson said on Speak. Sanders has enjoyed quite a bit of success during his first 2 seasons as the Colorado Buffaloes head coach, and with his son Shedeur Sanders headed to the NFL, rumors have swirled suggesting that Deion could follow him. One logical landing spot could be the Cowboys if they end up moving on from McCarthy. With Dallas laboring through the season, McCarthy seemed like a sitting duck, but things could be changing. He's continued to receive support from Jerry Jones and the players in the locker room, and now, the team is finally responding to him down the stretch of the season. In Johnson's eyes, there aren't any head coach candidates out there worth replacing McCarthy for, unless Sanders decides to jump to the NFL. That isn't a guarantee to happen, though, and with the Cowboys showing signs of life over the past couple of weeks, that could lead to McCarthy sticking with the team past the 2024 campaign. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Deion Sanders? Leave your opinion in the comments.